Greetings out there in YouTube land. For those of you who don't know, for many years, they have these things they call rogue planets. That they just wander around, seem to change course for no reason whatsoever that they know of, right? And it's interesting because I studied many fields of study, right? I make parts one into space and you name it, right? Been there, done that. Thing is, rogue planets, they don't really have an explanation for. He's talking about one passing by the outer rings, right? But think about it. Rogue planets doing things that they don't understand, yet they think they know it all. Well, look at the world around us. If they knew it all, we'd be living on a clean planet the way God made it. But instead, we're living on a toxic dump. And all they're doing is making things worse. Who knows better, them or God? But pay attention. And any of you who happen to go on Google Sky, you see a lot of it is overlaid and covered up, by the way, right? But some parts will let you zoom out a lot, other parts not. And you can tell that they put like a matting and a cover. It's not a very good job of it, by the way. But if you zoom in certain spots, they got these little Easter eggs, as they're called, right? And you got the most beautiful, amazing pictures there, right? But you have to look. And they got some interesting. Look at the Gemini. Uh, they had it in the head and neck. They tried to cover one up, but there's another one on there. You're telling me that don't look like a satellite? This is way out there, farther than we send stuff, as far as I know, to make it that big. The thing will fill your entire screen when you zoom in on it, right? And you got to remember how far you're looking. And other parts will barely let you zoom in. Some will just let you go way out there, right? So whatever this thing is huge. And I'd wonder, I forgot to ask God if that was from the days of the Nephilim and all that stuff and the fallen angels, or if it was one of his things that he had out there. You never know, right? This thing was huge. And considering that all these other planets and suns and everything are like tiny microdots, when you get out that far, right? And this thing was huge and filled my entire screen. Like, I don't know if there's something coming at us, but you could tell. I mean, it had edges, an angled edge, come on. And you look at it, you go, whoa, who made that thing that it zooms in that big? So either they're lying about how far certain things are, or there's big stuff out there. And when you remember the giants that they talk about and all that, you go, okay. Yeah, the story of Gulliver, right? We're the little ones, and we're the little Lilliputians, but the Nephilim were pretty tall, right? And God made an entire universe, right? Now think about it. Nothing ever said these things are tall or big. Those demons of the Lord, when you look at Ezekiel, they're coming down in a ship, bringing God's throne down, okay? Now how God wants to do things is his business, okay? All I know is that he healed me here, okay? Well, I was sitting here at 1:38 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, sitting at the computer, asking myself the tough questions. Do I have the faith of a mustard seed? Have you asked whether you got the faith of a mustard seed? He just made an interesting point about it. I am sowing seeds for Jesus in several different ways daily, okay? Yeah, I know when I cast my seeds, some may fall on stony ground, right? At least I'm casting them, and some lands on fertile ground. Have you been planting seeds for the Lord? Have you been a worker in this field? Have you paid attention to that parable about the different times the workers went in? Some may be late comers, but they get in there and get the job done till it's done. And when it's done, that's it, right? Well, God has people out there trying to harvest right now. Maybe you might be one of them. How do you know? All these things are happening. Who in their right mind thought God can't move a planet? And it tells you a lot of the planets are angels, okay? Think about it. Some of them moving around like they're not supposed to moving around, changing courses for no good reason, and they call them rogue planets. And then now they're talking about Nibiru coming by. Nobody ever said Satan doesn't got his own planet, by the way. Think about that. And Satan is soon to be cast down, but it's not yet his time, though, right? But nothing says he can't control his own planet, by the way, that he might have out there. Think about it. Because he's not coming till 42 months after the temple goes up. And that's coming soon, brothers and sisters, right? But that planet can whiz on by still anyway. All kinds of problems can come because God is causing these earthquakes and volcanoes, and nobody ever said he couldn't use a planet because he made everything. It's his. And if you say no, you can't use it, he's not going to listen to you anyway because he made everything. And sure, he could use a planet to move things around. What else is new? God, nothing is impossible for God. When you limit God with your mind, you're losing half the picture, if not even more. You don't. The best that you could do right now is barely even scratch the surface of his vastness, right? Honestly, right? Have a chat with Jesus today before it's too late. Because remember, there's huge talon-sized hails coming soon too. And couple of guys are arguing whether it's 120 or 180 pounds, but will it really matter if it hits near you or if it hits you? Those that have Jesus in their hearts and in their minds don't have to worry about them falling. They don't even have to worry about the bugs biting them while everybody else is screaming in agony. Those children of God don't have to worry because God has sealed them and they don't have to worry about anything because Jesus loves them. Are you a child of God? If you're not, you can become one. Just ask Jesus to forgive you of your sins and take him into your life, and your life will never be the same. And you'll wonder how you could ever have lived like that before, just like I do and many others. Right? Jesus changed their lives, and he can change yours too. So give him a call right now and get on the right hand side of God. Bye bye.